these chair backs turned out. As you can see, if you watched my previous video on the process for my dining room tablescape, I shared all the ribbon I purchased, and here is that velvet emerald green ribbon with the sage green ribbon down the middle. And then I just put a little small wreath that I got from Hobby Lobby a couple years back on clearance. Let me share a quick little hack on how I hang this wreath from the back of the chair. Let me lift that up. A paper clip hack. I just take a paper clip and I open it up like that. And I just stick it through one of the grooves. See if you can see the paper clip right here. It has that little hook. And I can just hang my wreath right on it. Isn't that cute and clever? So guys, let me walk you through the items that I'll be using on this year's tabletop. And the inspiration for this year's table are these plates that I found on 90% off at Hobby Lobby a couple of years ago. And I absolutely love these plates. So let's walk through the table. Here we have our flatware. You guys know I absolutely love this flatware. I got this about, was it last Christmas or the Christmas before last? And it is just authentic antlers. And they turn them into cutlery. Absolutely love this set. These been around for many years. These I picked up from Dollar Tree. It's the Better Homes and Garden line. They were selling this set in Dollar Tree. You know, I think I've had this going on 5 years now. Then I love these beautiful green goblets. I get these from the Goodwill. These are about 89 cents each. But now the colored glass is becoming really popular. And a lot of the thrift stores are selling these for $8 each on up. And online they've made reproductions that can go for $12 or more. So if you're interested in this kind of colored glass, take a look at your Goodwills, because those would be the most cost effective. These down here, these are little espresso cups that sit in little holders, and I am trying to decide whether or not I'm going to add a little bit of sparkle by having the silver there, or just use regular egg cups like this here. And what I really want to do is make place card settings. So let me know which one of these you like. Adding a little shimmer, you know, give it that casual elegance, or just leaving it like that. And I'm going to add a little wire and stick in a name card for each place setting. This piece back here I absolutely love. I've had this for many years. I'll leave the price tags on things now so that I can tell you guys where I got it from and how much it cost. This was $5.99 and I got it from Marshall's, and it's very inexpensive. It's just a, you know, glass base with some veneer bark wrapped around it, and I'm going to use this as our centerpiece vase. But when I'm not using it as a centerpiece, what I had used it for in the past is I put it in a guest bedroom and stuck a carton of tissue, so it was like a tissue holder. So this can have multiple uses. Ben had those from the Goodwill when I was thrifting a couple years back. These are new. My girl Melanie over at Living Luxuriously for Less, she was in her Hobby Lobby recently and they had 90% off, and she picked these up for me. So these are super cute napkin rings. And you guys know I always whip out a vintage piece of silver to put on my tables. And can you guess what this is? This utensil right here is a waffle or pancake server. And I always thought this was pretty small for a pancake, but I guess back in the day that's how they stayed slim and ate all of these delicious foods that I like to eat. They probably made them really, really small. So my husband got in a white elephant party gift this small mini waffle maker. So I think these are going to make the perfect size to kind of scoop up and have those waffles. So we'll have mini waffles and mini pancakes for our breakfast, and I'll be using my waffle slash pancake server. So that's my, you know, antique piece for the eat-in kitchen. If you didn't check out the antique piece that I'm using for the dining room, check out that video and you'll see some beautiful items. These salt and pepper shakers here I absolutely love, and these were also a gift from Melanie over at Living Luxuriously for Less. She actually gave me these last year, but we didn't do our annual unboxing on camera because I wasn't able to get her gifts to her in time. I had them here and she just never made her way over to her brother's house each year to pick up her gifts because I didn't want to mail them because they would have broken. So she got them this year when we went on our ribbon shopping excursion. Now I have the flatware set that matches the salt and pepper shaker, and I was telling her how I really wanted this salt and pepper shaker, but something in my bones wouldn't let me spend the amount that these salt and pepper shakers cost because they're just salt and pepper shakers. So she picked them up for me for Christmas, and I am so glad that she did. We have our standard napkins here, and we have our sweater, cable knit sweater placemats. I got those from Big Lots on clearance. I think they were $2 or $2.50 each, and originally like $5. So I thought those would be really nice because it ties in with that whole cozy woodland theme. And we're going to make our way to the back here, to the back buffet. Here are these frosted wreaths I've had for many years, and I hung them this year, but this year I had an addition to them. I found these beautiful cable knit sweater mitten hanging decorations, and I just thought they would look perfect hung inside the wreaths. Now they didn't match my color palette, so I kind of ripped the color, you know, ripped everything out and added my own twist to them. And what I like about these is that they actually light up. They're pre-lit. And see how beautiful they look? I don't know if it shows up that well on camera, how they are lit. And these look really nice at night or first thing in the morning when you come down. It's still a little bit dark and just everything's twinkling. And these are actually set on a timer, so they have a timer on them, and they can just come on at the perfect time at night and shut off. Down here at the bottom, I, you know, whipped out my natural deer antlers. You guys know I love, love, love these things. They're humongous, and I've had these for years, and then I just kind of filled it in with some, you know, flocked garland. And then these apothecary jars, you've seen them many times before. And inside I just took some Epsom salt from the Dollar Tree, and I just use that over and over and over. I just bag it up and reuse it each year. And then these little bitty frosted pine cones that I shared with you from the Dollar Tree. The little trees from the Dollar Tree, and then this little reindeer here, and I, you know, tied a little ribbon around his neck that matched our color palette. And then over here I have these two little squirrels that I got discount Hobby Lobby a couple years ago for a couple of bucks. Throw in some more pine cones. Aren't they super cute? And then the last one, the other deer and a Dollar Tree, you know, a Dollar Tree tree, the little bottle brush tree. And then my little Dollar Tree candle holders with the deer on them. They're kind of nestled in between here, and then when you just put the candles in, all of this lit up. Looks really nice. And then what I also did was add in the little mini fairy lights, so this entire thing lights up as well. I put the fairy lights in here as well because I thought that would also emit a nice glow, but when you look at it in the daytime, the wiring kind of, you know, blocked out the vignette inside, so I decided to just take that out and just leave it in the you know, the antlers and the garland. So I'm going to turn that on, and we're going to take a step back to see if you can see how it all looks. Again, it's daylight right now, so you really can't get the full effect, but it looks beautiful at night. I'll try to capture it at night for you guys. Now, remember in part 1 when I shared with you my little buckets of greenery? I had the one that was just greenery, not flocked. Here's my large bin of just flocked. This is all flocked greenery that I've collected over the years. Here's those extra Dollar Tree Christmas trees and just all sorts of flocked pieces that some of them I've clipped, some of them are still, you know, full bushes that I just kind of clip off to, you know, add to any wreath or arrangement. And that's why I told you one of my favorite tools are the wire cutters, so that I can just clip and cut. So I've pulled out a garland, I've clipped off, you know, the garland to make them into little separate pieces, little sticks. Same thing, this was a big bush. I just cut it down to small pieces. Again, that was a big, large, giant pick. I just pulled it apart into pieces. This was a pick. I just cut some pieces off. And now I'm going to take all these elements to make my centerpiece arrangement. And all these things, again, were purchased for pennies on the dollar from various places during off season. So here is the final setup. I just love how it turned out. So we're going to start off with the cable knit sweater placemat. And here's our charger. Here's the first dinner plate. Such a beautiful plate by itself. And then we add our tier plate. We're going to add this beautiful antler knife. Let's flip that over. We're going to add the fork. We have a beautiful napkin ring, and I just put a little sprig in there. I did a layering effect. We're just going to add that to the side. Then I chose to go with the dressier option of the Christmas tree in the espresso cup with the holder sleeve. Then I made these cute little mock place cards. I'm going to do some with some cardstock. I just want to test it out. As you can see, the eye on my name is a little deer's head. And then I just made this out of just little floral, a little bit of floral wire. And then I'm just going to stick it into the tree. And now I have a little name card. And then I'm going to put my glass, my mug, that's for breakfast. And then I'm going to add the goblet. And everything just looks absolutely perfect and beautiful. I have the salt and pepper shakers there in the back. And then over here, I just added these caddies that holds utensils. I picked this up from the Goodwill as well, and these were like $1 a piece. And the reason I have those there, those are my everyday utensils. I have to add the knife, I have to add the knives as well. So once I put a tablescape together, I like to keep it up for a while because it takes me so much time to develop and put it together, and all of the washing of the dishes and things like that, that I want to use it for quite some time. But when I put cutlery out like this, flatware, this can't go in the dishwasher. These are kind of like specialty items. So we'll use this on Christmas Day, but throughout the week when my girls are here, I don't want them to accidentally throw these in the dishwasher or anything like that. So if I am not present, we're going to just use our everyday dishes. So I'll just kind of set everything up there, and then we just wash the dishes, reset the table, and put everything back there. So that's why those are there. And then here is our centerpiece. I love the, the way the tree bark goes with, the whole setup here. And I just stuck in all those little sprigs that I, cut up from the remnant picks that I've had. And one of the ways that you get that kind of like designer or professional look is you think about the space you already have, and then you design around it. So I already have these creamy colors in my kitchen. I already have this like rattan, woodsy looking type of furniture. So it kind of all blends together. The coziness of the sweater, then you have the wicker chargers, and then you have the forest here, and you have the antlers for the deer here. And then you go back and I still have the natural antlers there as decoration. So it just all kind of blends together and looks seamless. And then you have the beautiful rattan salt and pepper shaker. Now, you all know I like to have several options when I'm putting together my tablescapes to see what looks best. So I gave you the, we started off with the option of doing either the single egg cups or the espresso cups. We went with the espresso cups with the silver. And when I was putting together the place setting, I had several options for mugs, and I'll give you the rationale as to why I didn't select any of these mugs. Now I have my beloved sweater mugs. I pull these out every year. I thought, oh, that'll be great, but it's just too much. I already have a sweater placemat, so if I would have added the cable knit sweater mug with the cable knit placemat, and then the coloring is a little bit off, it's off white. It's an off-white placemat, and this is a white mug. It just seemed like it would be too much, so I didn't do that. Now, when you're using an element like cable knit sweaters, you don't want to just stack it right on top of each other. It's just going to be too much. It's too close. So I chose a cable knit sweater placemat, and then the next time you see it repeat itself, it's all the way on the windows. With the mittens, it's far enough away to not, clash or be overwhelming or look like I was trying to match everything. So we nixed the sweater mug. The next option, I thought, oh, I have these cute little Christmas mugs. As you can see, it has a little Christmas tree on it, but it's whimsical and playful, and I just didn't think these types of trees with that little swirl on the end really went with this setup. It was just too whimsical. We're looking for like a rustic, elegant forest. So that didn't work out. Then I chose this mug. It's the exact same style as that mug, but it's in the white with the brown etching. And this could actually go, because if you look at the brown edging and you match it up with that deer, it looks really nice. It matches the cream sweater, but when you put it on the place setting, let me zoom back, it kind of blends in a little too much with the sweater placemat. It'll go, it'll work, but it wasn't the best option, I thought. So I said, no, I'm not going to do that one. And then finally, my last option was this option here. This is another Dollar Tree mug that I picked up years ago, and I just thought these dots could kind of like represent snowflakes, like a little bit of snow. And when I put that here, it just really didn't blend right. It was a little too stark white. I just didn't think that one went that well. But when I pulled out this tan cup, I just thought, oh my, this looks so nice. It looks perfect against the deer. It contrasts perfectly with the matte, and it looks really good with the green glass. And I just thought, okay, this is what we're going to go with. And so again, that's, that's my process. I just kind of pull things out and see what actually coordinates, and I think that one looks best. Let me know what your favorite glass was. Would you have used any of the other mugs as opposed to this mug? Drop a comment below. Now, I had some other options for plates. Again, I love this plate, and this also can be a standalone plate. You can make an entirely new type of tablescape just with that plate. But let's just say you couldn't find this plate, or it was out of your budget to get something like this, or they just didn't have any more at Hobby Lobby, but they just had the deer plates. Again, you can use your regular everyday plates. I have several other options as well, or that plate could have been just a little bit too expensive. Again, you can always use thrifted items. I have this beautiful plate from the Goodwill, and if you can see, it has that little brown edging, like the distressing on the end. It looks like those are leaves. And then boom, you can just put the plate in the middle. You can just have the deer plate. I think that's a nice option. And then you might even, if you just only had this set of cups, I think that goes really nicely. Or if you just had your everyday plate, these are my everyday plates, and you just have the deer plate inside. Again, the deer coordinates with everything on that plate. I think that's still a nice option, but the best option is this one here, in my opinion. I absolutely love the way this turned out. And let's take a moment to look at the backdrop, the beautiful backdrop. Again, love the mittens, the cable knit mittens, and I love the way my rendition of the mittens turned out after taking away the greenery that did not coordinate and making it my own. It blends seamlessly with the rest of the decor. I added the twinkle lights to the fairy lights to the bottom, and everything just looks absolutely beautiful. So the next time I record, we'll probably have all of our food out for our Christmas breakfast. I'll try to get the tablescape for you then when it's all set up. But until next time, I'm going to keep calm and carry on. Bye, guys.